Okay, welcome to our second lesson. I thought I'd start with that Old MacDonald again. Oh, I wanted to stop that, sorry. Turn the beat off, all right. And we are gonna look at page 4 today. Page 4 and 5. This is the introduction to rhythm, and it's also playing our first note, our second note, and our third note. We're gonna play 3 notes. We're gonna start just with our first note, B. It should sound like this. You don't need a lot of air, like we said in our review lesson. You don't need a lot of air to make a beautiful sound. Also, if you play too much air, it overblows and will make a harsh sound. And also, if you keep your air, you need to learn to have even airflow, which will support the note and keep the pitch nice. Okay, so page 4. We're going to look at page 4 together. Introduction to rhythm. If everybody could look up there at the top of the page. Music is divided into equal parts called measures. And they're little lines to indicate the measure. And those lines are called bar lines. Bar lines indicate the beginning and the end of the measure. A double bar is one thin and one thick bar that's shown at the end of a piece of music, and that means it's the end of the piece. A time signature tells you how many counts are in each measure. Our time signatures, the one we're going to start with today, is 4/4. And when you see the 4 over the 4, it means there are 4 beats in the measure, and it means the quarter note, one quarter note gets 1 beat. So you see where on page 4, in the first big box, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4th little box down, it says time signature, and we have treble clef with a 4/4 sign, and then we have 4 quarter notes and then in one measure, and the next measure we have 2 half notes, and then we have a whole note. Let's count and clap that rhythm one time. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 for every measure, clap whenever there's a note. Here we go. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. That was the rhythm. Let's play that rhythm now. This is not the first example. This is in the introduction to rhythm boxes where it says time signature. The little example is all on the note B, and our first note is B. It's with your thumb, left hand thumb, and first finger on. And I'm going to play that example for you. This is the time signature example. Ready, go. I did it wrong. Let me try it again. 1, 2, ready, go. Remember in our first lesson, we learned about the tonguing. You kind of have a little two, 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 two sound at the beginning of each note. Every time I play a quarter note, I'm doing that little tonguing exercise where I sort of say two, 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 two whenever I play a note. By doing the two sound, two, my tongue is touching the airstream and articulating the beginning of the note. Okay, so playing our first note, we've sort of already talked about that. First finger and thumb. It's the note B. It's the middle line on the treble clef, on the staff. When you have the treble clef there, it's the middle line. So I will need you to start to memorize where that note is on the staff. Now, we're going to try example 1. We're going to do it together, and let's do it with the metronome. So let me get my metronome started here. Sorry, 1 second. Let me find my metronome. That'll give us the count so we can all stay together. Okay? Let me hear it. All right, that's a pretty good beat. Pretty good tempo for us. Everybody hear that? 1. This is going to be example 1 on page 4. It's just on the note B. It's all quarter notes, and then there's 2 rests in there. 1, 2, ready, play. Good. in example 1, there was one other little bit of information that's there, and that is a breath mark. In the box overhead, it says, breath marks show you where to take a breath. You may also take a breath on a rest. So whenever there's that little squiggly line, looks like a comma, that is where you should breathe. Take a little breath there. You can also breathe when there are rests. Let's go on to example 2 on page 4. This is example 2. Half notes and whole notes. So we have some rests in this one too. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Okay, good. That was page 4. We're going to move right on to page 5. On page 5, we are adding 2 more notes. Remember, the B was our first note, first finger on. It's the middle line of the treble clef. Now, the space below the B, you add 1 finger, and that will be the note A. On the treble clef, the space below the middle line is the note A. 2 fingers on. And then our third note, well, okay, we're going to just stick with that for this example. And we're going to play example 1 on page 5. Here it is. A little faster. 1, 2, ready, play. Okay, pretty simple. Example 2 on page 5. It's going to use the G, which is 3 fingers on, and it is also, the G is the second line in the treble clef. Remember, the treble clef is also called the G clef because the treble clef symbol circles the G line. See that in example 2? First note is G. And then we go up to the space above, which will be the A. And in this example, number 2 on page 5, only has G and A. Then it also has rests, quarter notes, and rests. So here we go. Let's do example 2 on page 5. 1, 2, ready, go. Excellent. Easy, right? Pretty easy. You just got to know how to count your rests. And now we're going to go on to example 3. We have the note B, which is the middle line on the treble clef. 1 finger on. The space below it, it's an A. 2 fingers on. And then the line below that is a G. So now you need to orient, you need to watch the notes as we play the example, and you need to start to learn which note corresponds to which fingering, okay? There's only 3 notes we have so far, and it's the middle line, the second space of the treble clef, and the second line of the treble clef. So watch if the notes go up or down, and if you play B, A, or G. All right, here we go. This is example number 3 on page 5. I'm going to give you the metronome. And it's 1, 2, ready, play. Good. All right, now we're going to go on to number 4 on page 5, and it's our first actual song. This is Merrily We Roll Along. Here it is. Page 5, example number 4. Merrily we roll along. 1, 2, ready, play. All right, good. Now, everybody's favorite. I know we did this in class and everybody learned it pretty good, but we weren't really looking at the music. So I want you guys to learn to read the music, watch the music. This may seem a little slower than we're used to playing it, but this is the song Hot Cross Buns. It is example number 5 on page 5. And I need you guys to follow along with the music and try to play along with the metronome. It's maybe a little slower than we've played it in class, but we're going to do it this way to learning to do the counting and reading the notes. So here we go. Example 5, page 5. 1, 2, ready, play. All right, good. Now, extra challenge. We are going to do example 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all again. And we're going to put a little beat to it. Just for review, if you need to go back, practice on your own, and then come back and try to practice with the video. I want everybody to learn all of page 5, 4, and 5. All right, let's try this. This sounds pretty good. This is what I started with. I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit. No, that slowed it down. Ooh, this one doesn't go any faster. All right, let me see if I can get something a little bit faster. All right, that's where I want to put it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try this. Now we're going to do all 5 examples on page 5. Example 1. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Example 2. 1, 2, ready, play. Example 3. 1, 2, ready, play. Example 4. This is Merrily We Roll Along. Example 4, page 5. 1, 2, ready, play. And example 5, hot cross buns. 1, 2, ready, play.